My name is Raymond Salvador from the Philippines. I'm living now for almost 2 years from the Bahrain. Actually, the starting of my converting to the Muslim because of I'm full of curious, especially the society in the Bahrain. I have no idea about the people direct going from the mosque. From 12 o'clock starting, finish of the work, all the cold stores already closed. I think to my mind, what happened? So I convinced to myself I need to search and to write and to tell to another person what happened. He asked me this from the religious. He need to pray. He need to give time from the Allah. Who was Allah? I tell this the God. Only God? I think only one God. He asked me Allah. Allah is the name of the Arabic of God. Okay. And after that, I convinced to myself continuous searching about the Islam. And after that, more continuous of the searching. And after that, I convinced myself to do and Alhamdulillah to see from the Discovery Islam to help me to convert and to prepare myself what's the Islam in the Bahrain. Starting from the Discovery Islam, he gave me from every time of prayer or every time of my day off, he gave me a short lesson, brief about the different types of the part of the Arabic, different types of what will you do, what you apply to yourself, and what you learn. And he gave me the praying mat, and the Quran, and the small book from how to take a pray every day from the step to step. That's the only this he gave me from the Discovery Islam. As I'm still, ma'am, and continues to. It's very hard, ma'am, but for me it's okay. Allah, He know, and He gave me a more guide to very easy to understand, ma'am. To all it's everything, ma'am. To give more patience to your life. Maybe before starting, more on work only. If you are tired, if you are eating, direct, pray, especially to yourself. Now it's starting from the change of my life, more patient, and to give time, to give thanks to Allah, to give another life, work, money, things, everything here in our life. That's the reason why to change of my life. To respect more people here, especially the girls, ma'am. Of course, especially to my mother in the Philippines, is very religious in terms of the Catholic, ma'am. It's very hard to tell to my mother. But and after that, he asked me, it's up to you. At least you believe yourself in one God. For me, it's okay. I support you. You direct from your path in the good way, especially to God. For me, it's okay. I support you. So that's the reason why it's not very hard. But first time, very hard. But after I explained to my mother, it's a good because in the Philippines very not good image in terms of Islam. Now I explained to my mother from small words to from the good words, and after that he convinced my mother, okay, it's okay, it's up to you, no problem, I support you. Of course, my friends in the Philippines is very hard to accept me, to separate it, and he did not me belong from the another group, especially the religious group. And after that, I said to explain, don't worry, and I know you did not accept me from this time. But if after I explain you direct, it's very easy to accept to me. After I searching from the Muslim in the Islam, I give more explanation and more background about the Islam, about the Allah, about the faith, and about the ritual, and about the everyday of the praying. I give to give time. Actually, it's very hard. It's very my mother, yes, of course, very easy to accept. But at this moment, it's very hard. If he did not see me from point to point, from how to observe, how to change of my life here in the Islam, ma'am, from the Philippines, it's very hard, ma'am. But I think if me, together with my family now, to see what is my culture and what is my behavior na, okay, maybe he accept my mother and my father and my family to convert to Islam. One of my word, I remark to my mind, not only one you, to know who's the one, and you, everything of the people is in our earth, he purpose to give and to know, to explain, to encourage of the another people to know what's the Islam, to give peace, especially of the salam. Now it's very easy to understand for me. I don't know what's happened before. What salam, salam? That's the peace of mind. So of course, ma'am, I convinced to my my friends from about the Islam, ma'am. Of course, this is the one of the goal of one person of the one people in belong to the Islam, ma'am. I advise only believe especially yourself, and observe for what is your society, and ask any person and call any person. The YouTube and the internet is already open. Make yourself, follow yourself, and focus to one God only, and too much people here to help you to convert and to help you to very easy to understand what is the Muslim, ma'am.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. My dear brothers and sisters, I'd like to welcome you to these clips that we will discuss in them how to discuss Islam and present it to somebody who doesn't know about it or who has misinformation about it. We have seen clips of people accepting Islam. You might have witnessed a shahada during your lifetime, and you might also have been asked questions about Islam. Knowing how to describe it or not knowing how to describe it, maybe you were reluctant to speak to the non-Muslim about it, about Islam, and we see the effect of Islam on others and how it changed their lives. We see some people going emotionally and saying it has changed their life, and how grateful they are to the person who have invited them to Islam and who has taken this opportunity to present the best way of life, to be presented to somebody who is in some kind of darkness or maybe lost and not knowing how to thank God for what He has given him, or who is lost, who doesn't know who to worship and what to do in this course of life. What is the reason for creation? What is the reason for the man's existence on this life? What should we do? What should we not know? What's going to happen after life? So these all questions come to the non-Muslim during his lifetime. Sometimes they ignore it, sometimes they will have answers to them, sometimes they will have partial answers that does not satisfy them. So during these clips, we will be discussing a nice methodology that is easy to follow, and you can use it to speak to almost anyone about Islam. We will also learn how to develop sincerity and following the good conduct on preaching or telling people about Islam. We will also be talking about developing ourselves and our vocabulary of what we should discuss. Also, we will be discussing how to handle the conversation, how to avoid arguments, and many other things, inshallah.